So this is confirmation, which you do not need, but for some of you, there's this last little thread, just this last little thread that is keeping you tethered to the old timeline, and it is the fear that if you were to fully let go, surrender, and trust in what you're feeling called to create, that you will not be okay, you will not be safe, you will not be supported. That's the underlying fear. And it is rooted in separation consciousness and fear-based consciousness. God is the source of all things, including the infinite supply and abundance of that which you are. You are not separate from the abundance that and prosperity that you seek. You are one with it. And as you abide in your divine presence, you collapse timelines and you emanate from it as it, and everything that is in your highest and greatest good that is a frequency match for that has no choice but to flow into your field. And you are beginning to see this in real time in small ways. And the message is coming through as you're about to see it in big ways. But one thing that is that last little thread that's tethering so many to this as you tip into your highest divine reality and truly co-creating your experience as the divine creatrix that you are is this fear of, if you fully let go and trust, is it safe? So there's still this last lingering fear around not having certainty. And so we're just going to bust through that right now because certainty is never going to be achieved. There isn't really anything that's certain in life, regardless if you've noticed. But you're not going to be able to cling to certainty. You're not going to be able to cling to false truths. You're not going to be able to cling to things that make you feel this like false sense of safety. You're meant to flow in the moment, in the now. And that is a very wild, free, boundless, and very vulnerable, intimate place to be. And it only seems vulnerable at first because you no longer have the filter that you use to buffer yourself between you and the experience of reality, the experience of the 3D world, which you came here to experience. And that buffer that you no longer will have, that just gets less and less as you fully embody this, is the mental body, the narrative popping up and trying to control the process, trying to regain control over something because the egoic mind is losing all power. And this buffer will appear as constantly trying to control the process or falling into some kind of narrative or storyline where you know how things are going to work out and you're trying to make things happen, or you're just in your mind living from conceptual reality in a way to buffer, create some kind of buffer between the experience and the essence of you, which is one and of the same. So you try to buffer and create separation where there is none, essentially, is what's happening. You're trying to create separation where there is no separation. You're trying to create separation by saying there's this me here and there's this thing there, and I need to try to figure this out or fix it or manipulate it somehow or control it somehow. And anytime you reach outside of yourself to try to fix or manipulate or control something, what you are essentially doing is trying to create separation, subject-object relationship, when there is none. You are one with all of creation. You are the form and you are the formula simultaneously. Separation collapses as you move fully into your most magnetic embodiment. And so the ego is holding on by a thread here for those that are resonating with us. The ego is holding on by a thread, trying to still figure out how things could work, or clinging to some form of proof or sense of safety or sense of security or sense of certainty somehow. You You are the proof. There is no proof for any of this moving forward. So get ready to live in the mystery and the magic and the unknown, because this is where all the fun is. The fun is here in the mystery and the magic and the unknown. Your attempt to try to control it or even narrate it with your mind or fix it or figure it out is you trying to create separation where there is none. And that is the illusion that is collapsing on this journey in order for you to collapse timelines and fully live the transmission of your divine embodiment, which makes you, as a byproduct of that, a living, walking, talking magnet for all that is meant for you. This is divine feminine magnetism. It is union within. You are the form and you are the formless. They are two sides of the same coin. This is creation and you are that. You are creation itself. And the highest form of expression is to be a creator. You're the creator, the creation, and all of it in between. And the highest form of your expression is your unique, authentic expression, creating not from the linear, logical, rational mind that's rooted in linear time and duality, but from the heart, from the soul expression, the soul essence that is an expression of the one through your unique flavor, your unique, authentic, divine expression. This is where you're going to be the most powerful. This is where you're going to be the most anchored in your confidence. This is where you're going to be the most abundant. This is where you're going to be the most magnetic, is when you are anchored in your truth and you're no longer looking outside of yourself for the proof or the certainty, because you are the proof. You are the living example. You are the living transmission. And this is not going to make sense to the mind. You can only be this. And when you be this, you are unshakable. You are unfuckwithable. You are so empowered and strong in your strength that you are unwavering. You are unwavering. Fear has no more control over you. You do not negotiate with fear anymore. And this is where so many of you are tipping right now into your highest 5D timeline, fully anchoring in this new earth frequency. It's through your embodiment, through your living transmission. You are the oracle. You are the prophecy. You are the portal. It is your frequency that is leading. It is your frequency that finesses the field and makes you effortlessly magnetic. This will blow your mind when you begin to see in the external world the recalibration that takes place to reflect back your level of embodiment. It will blow your mind and it will be effortless. It will be effortless. Reality is not as it appears. It is very fluid. It is very malleable. It will restructure and recalibrate itself to match your level of embodiment, your level of frequency that you're emanating from. So the message that was coming through that caused me to hit record here was that you're on God's payroll now. Many of you have been asking for this silently and aloud. You've been praying for this. You have been taking the sacred action. You have been surrendering in faith and devotion. You have been saying no to everything that's not in alignment for you, everything that doesn't feel like 5D frequency, like fun, like play, like flow. You've been saying no to it, or you're about to, but you're on the tipping point, and this is the last thread. You've been creating the space. You are on God's payroll now. You are divinely compensated for showing up and sharing your gift with the world. You're magic, but you have to be willing to release and let go and surrender to the mystery and the unknown. You have to be willing to surrender to the unknown. The fear, the lack, all that stuff comes up as you approach this threshold, as you approach this tipping point into your highest timeline, because you surrender it all to the divine supply that is you. So in essence, you are already all of it. But yet there's this experience of surrendering it in the 3D tangible world. And what this really is just an embodiment of your truth. Your essence, your light, your frequency is your true frequency is taking over the physical vessel, right? Like you've reached a tipping point to where you've purged and you've cleared and you've alchemized and all of those things. And now you are able to anchor higher levels of frequency and light within your physical vessel. You are able to channel more clearly. You are able to share more purely. And this is the most magnetic thing you can be doing. If you're resonating with this, you are a way shower, a light leader, however you want to call it, a sacred space holder, an activator. You're here to shine your light and be the way shower through your living example, through your embodiment. You can't do it any other way. You will not be able to get there from the mind. So the last thing that's coming up that I want to share on this is stop waiting. There's nothing to be waiting for. There's no more asking for permission. There's no more waiting for proof. There's no more stalling or hesitating for some kind of certainty, because none of that is coming. You will still receive signs and synchronicities because that's just the natural part of your alignment. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to trust beyond anything at a level you've never trusted before, beyond all the signs and synchronicities, which are there to support you and guide you. But at the end of the day, it's a full body knowing and trust that despite oftentimes what is completely irrational and doesn't make any sense is in a lot as completely illogical, will catapult you into your highest timeline. So the thing that's coming up that I wanted to share is the awakened mind will look foolish, naive, delusional to the masses because everything is backwards on this journey. You're not here to figure it out. You're not here to like take logical linear steps. You're here to create what you feel called to create, and the rest will unfold. It's completely backwards and opposite from anything you've ever been trained to do in order to produce any level of success, abundance, or prosperity in your life. This is why I'm so passionate about bringing through this new series that I mentioned in yesterday's video, which I'm going to be dropping here soon. It's called the Quantum Ascension Shift Codes series, and it's here on exclusively on YouTube through July, August, and September. And this is for those that are here to lead a new paradigm, and you know you're ready to lead and create, give and receive from divine overflow, sharing your gift, your magic, and your medicine with the world. Creating from divine overflow, being the channel, being the vessel. So it's going to be a mix of quantum manifestation and feminine feminine and masculine energetics. It's going to be tied in and anchored into the ascension journey. So it's going to be super potent and super powerful. If you're resonating with anything that I share on the podcast or on YouTube or any other place that you find my content, then I welcome you to tag along. The videos are going to be live here on YouTube for 72 hours where you can access them for free, and then they're going to roll into the YouTube paid membership. And I'm going to be dripping out content July, August, and September. And you're going to see in real time that you don't need to plan, you don't need to prepare, you don't need another certificate. I've been sharing this with spiritual entrepreneurs for years, and I've been creating all of my programs live and in the flow, or building them as I go. And this is because I know who I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve the channels, the mystics, the high priestesses, the ones that have the downloads and the intuition and the medicine and the magic and the ancient sacred wisdom that they're here to channel and bring through. And it's going to require your unwavering trust, not another certificate, not the perfect time. Nobody cares if your message is curated and perfect. What matters is that you're showing up in your full authentic expression and you're not hiding or dimming your light. So while this series that I'm hosting through the summer is going to resonate with so many, it will resonate with you whether you resonate as a Wayshower or not, because it's rooted in quantum manifestation, feminine, masculine energetics, the ascension journey, like all of the things. You're going to resonate with it regardless if you consider yourself a Wayshower of New Earth, right? But I'm going to be speaking directly to those who I know I'm here to serve at the highest level. So you're welcome to follow along, but the intention behind this and who I'm going to be speaking to in this series are the leaders of a new paradigm that are here to channel and share their gift and their message and their gift and their message and their magic and their sacred medicine with the world. And so you're going to hear me speak on topics such as sacred visibility. You're going to hear me speak on topics such as creating impact. You're going to hear me speak on topics such as creating and channeling your message and your gift from divine flow. You're going to hear me speak on the sacred sales process and opening to receive the abundance of prosperity, the clients and the money that come along with the responsibility that you're taking on as a way shower. So all of these are obviously going to apply to the person that I'm here to serve at the highest level, but you're welcome to follow along and apply it to your situation, because whether you are leading a new paradigm or leading within your own family, both of those are leading a new paradigm, but not everybody's meant to in this lifetime, like have a podcast or have a YouTube channel or this or that. So I'm going to be speaking directly to those that are feeling called at a soul level to be visible and to be out there sharing their gift and their message and their sacred medicine with the world. But even if you're leading a new paradigm within your own family dynamic or your own community, and that's how you're feeling called to anchor in this higher frequency in New Earth, and that's how you're being called to lead, that's beautiful too. So yeah, that was the message that wanted to come through. If you are interested in tagging along, I recommend subscribing to YouTube, to Divine Femme TV on YouTube, and to hit the bell notification so you don't miss a video that comes out, because again, they're only going to be available for a limited time before they go into a paid membership. And then after that, I'm going to be packaging and repurposing and all of those things at the end of September. The other thing, special announcement that I have that's really fun is I created a free Telegram channel that is in conjunction with this series on YouTube. So it's a total interactive experience, and there's another layer of community and connection. So the free Telegram channel is called the Divine Overflow Inner Circle. At the end of the series, everything vanishes. So I'm announcing it here before I start the series in case you're feeling called. You want to jump in now and get into the Telegram channel for free so you can get all of it from the very beginning and jump in. And yeah, you can find the link for that wherever you happen to be listening to this. And if you want extra support on this journey, I invite you to join Embody the Empress if you want sacred integration circles every week and a community of women that are also on this ascension timeline. This is awakening to your feminine power and fully embodying your divine sovereignty. So if that resonates with you and you want to be surrounded by a community of powerful women that are also on this path, join Embody the Empress. That's my monthly membership. Consider that. It's the price of a pedicure every single month. You get a lot of bonus trainings inside there as well. The other option is you could check out the Forbidden Feminine Sacred Heart Temple. This is my living temple, living library of dark feminine energy, dark feminine magnetism, very heavily Lilith coded for those that are fully being called to embrace their magnetism and their dark feminine essence. This is a one-time fee to get lifetime access. And as soon as I drop the next edition, the investment goes up. So the value goes up and the price goes up. I've been announcing this, so don't say I didn't warn you. I'm getting ready to drop sacral magnetism in there very, very soon. And once it drops, the price goes up. Right now, you can get access for the cost of one live event. And right now, the Forbidden Feminine Black Cat Edition, which will also be live next year on March 13th. This year's edition, which happened in June, is already in there waiting for you. And as a little bonus, you also get access to the live event on March 13th. So right now, check out the page if that feels like you're being called to that. And I think that's it for now. Of course, you've heard me mention this before, unless this is your first time here. Rise, Sister Rise is my immersion. It's a 13-week immersion for fully anchoring into your sacred feminine leadership and quantum shifting into your divine reality. So if you are at the edge of the cliff, nothing's making sense, you can't cling to the old world anymore, and you know you're being called to fully step into your power, your truth, and lead from your sacred feminine energy and be of service as a way shower, as a light leader, then this is the Rise Sister Rise container. You can check out that link as well wherever you're listening to this, and DM me on Instagram, the word Rise. If you have any questions about that, I'm happy to answer them. You can find me on Instagram at Spiritual CEO. So the best way is to drop me a message over there or a voice clip if you're curious about whether or not Rise Sister Rise is a good fit for where you're at right now. That being said, that's it now. All the housekeeping is done. I hope this finds you well. Namaste.